At this place in history, we're in Weybridge and with Executive Director of the Vermont Historical Society, Steve Perkins. Steve, I'm having a little deja vu. We've been here before.
We have. We were here talking about this really cool monument, but now we're going to talk about Monument Dairy. Right here in Weybridge, we're going to go inside. We're going to talk to John Rooney, one of the owners of the dairy, and cover milk production throughout the years.
When did Monument Farms Dairy get started?
Our grandparents, Richard and Marjorie James, started the original farm in 1930, began bottling milk shortly thereafter. It was all raw milk at that point. They progressed into glass bottled pasteurized milk. Late 50s, early 60s, bulk tanks were becoming the norm.
What made them decide to get into dairy?
Well, they both grew up in and around the dairy industry on a small scale. My grandfather grew up about a mile down the road, and my grandmother grew up about a half mile down another road. They were both fairly far-seeing people and realized that they needed to do something besides just produce milk and sell it to a processor. So they soon after that began bottling milk, and we've just slowly grown. My two cousins, Pete James, Bob James, and myself are the third generation of manager owners, and we now have 3 of the 4th generation working into the business as well.
Why do you think it's important to have a place with such historical value like Monument Farms in this area?
Well, it's not only important for us to remain viable and be part of the community, but I think it's really important for the community to see, get a sense of history and something that they can be proud to support. People take a lot of pride in a small Vermont business farm, that is reasonably successful. I think our community and Vermont in general would miss a business like ours if we weren't around. We're a classic example of a locally produced food, and I like to think that would be missed if we weren't.
At this place in history,